Hello, everyone, and I hope all of you are doing well. It has been a very tough few weeks for all of us. Each of us have had family or friends impacted. So, I want to first of all make sure that every one of us take care of ourselves and our families first. And my heart goes to all those people who are in difficult times. Please be assured of my and my organization's support as well to the organization and to the community at large. Many of us are doing a lot of things to help, and my thanks to all of you for that. Now, whilst we are all sitting in doom and gloom, I thought it is important to give you all some information and knowledge that you can use during these times to upgrade yourself. And the topic I chose about to talk today is strategic thinking and developing a strategy. I'm going to make it a very brief, simple way to explain it to all of you. Now, when we hear the word strategy, it seems like a very difficult and a huge word. But let me tell you that it is a very simple concept. It's like a way of life that you can do to help you achieve your long-term ambitions and goals. Strategy is nothing but having a clear plan in terms of achieving your objectives for long term. Strategy is about thinking beyond next week and next month. Most of the times I see people just focusing on immediate problems. If we can think a little bit long term, that will help in resolving the problems that we are facing all the time. And that is where strategic thinking is extremely important. I've been practicing this for the last 15 years of my career, and I must say it's one of the reasons helping me grow constantly. Strategy can be used not just for organizations, but even for personal development. And I will share the tips that you can take on for both your personal and for your professional life. So let's start with how do we develop a strategy? The first step is to allocate some time for yourself to go and do this properly. Set yourself a quiet place to sit down. The second and another important aspect is for you to think about what are the external forces that can impact your business. Now remember, strategy doesn't have to be only done for a whole company or a particular department. It can be even done for a small level department. For example, if you're a line manager, it can be done for your little sub business within the main business. And as I said, it can be done for an individual as well. So you need to think about what are the external forces. In organizations, we use a word called PESTEL, P-E-S-T-E-L. P stands for political, E for economical, S for societal, T for technological, E for environmental, L for legal. So you got to think about what are the PESTEL forces that can impact your particular area that you're working the strategy on. If it is for yourself, also a lot of external forces can impact what you're doing. Say for example, there is a political situation of a new government coming in which has a different agenda compared to growth of the sector that you're working on. Then you need to consider that. Similarly, if you're an engineer and if politically they decide to make some changes in the engineering sector, that will impact your personal career as well. So this is how you use the PESTEL to start first determining what are the forces that's going to impact what you're trying to work on from a strategic perspective. Then what you do is decide a long ambition. We call it as well big, hairy, audacious goals, BHAG. Set a goal that seems really big and maybe in your mind a little bit difficult to achieve. That's a good place to start. For example, if you're currently a line manager, maybe you can have a goal that I want to be a CEO in 10 years' time. If you're currently a 10 crore business, you can set a goal that you want to become a 100 crore business or a $100 million business. Set it as a big, hairy, audacious goal. That's the important step for you to decide and put it in place. After that, bring a group of good people that you trust within your team. It can be senior managers, it can be even other people who are potential and who think long term. Work with them as a workshop and decide what are the key strategic initiatives that you can do to achieve your big, hairy, audacious goal. Remember, the initiatives have to be strategic and not tactical. There is a difference between tactics and strategy. When you have a strategic objective, Under that, you will have a lot of tactical actions to achieve that objective. Say, for example, you want to grow your company within all the cities and towns of India. So you could have a strategic objective as expanding the organization or your department into all corners of the country. The tactical action can be which are the cities you want to expand and how would you expand. Similarly, you got to think about what are the 4 or 5 key strategic priorities you got to put in place to achieve the objective. Once you set that, you have your strategic objectives, start working on detailed action plans for each of the strategic objectives. Then comes the final but the most important one, which is to set who will be driving which particular strategic action. Have a person who can be the leader for that action. Once you have done this, your strategy is ready. Now starts the most important but difficult part, which is to execute your strategic actions and the tactical actions that support those strategic actions. Make a point to have a monthly review to monitor how are these actions tracking, have a target for each of those actions, and monitor the progress of these actions month on month. Whenever you see a gap, immediately work on gap closing actions and review it again. This will help you all achieve your strategic objective. In turn, help you achieve your big, hairy, audacious goal. That, my dear friends, will give you obscene success. Don't forget. Strategic thinking is what differentiates from a good leader to a great leader. It makes a difference between an ordinary and a super intelligent, super confident leader. So I hope all of you have got a simple idea of strategic action planning and strategic thinking. I hope you will practice this, and during these difficult times, you can start working on a strategic ambition for your own and for your department's long-term goals and achievements. Thank you again for listening to me. Please do subscribe the channel because you will be notified then of all the action we are going to do here. Thank you again for listening to me. Please do share your comments and feedback as always. Thank you so much. Bye.